Okay, so lately I've been getting very much back into reading manga, and I'm just looking for people to discuss some of my new favorites with, and maybe old classics too. Gonna call this Manga Club Monday, although it probably won't be every Monday. I'm very procrastinative. And one of my newest reads I've been loving is something I came across recently, Call of the Night. For a brief summary, a kid starts having trouble falling asleep and starts hanging around a vampire when walking the streets one night. It's got total indie movie vibes, which for anime always draws me in, so of course with a manga actually making me feel that way while reading it, it's immediate plus. The setting's either on a single room or on a roof or by a park, a very small cast of only really 3 characters so far, and a very well depiction of being a young teenage boy with a crush. Although the main character doesn't understand love or anything, he still shows favoritism at times, embarrassment, keeping secrets, or guilt during situations he calls but doesn't understand what to do about it. If you were looking for a recommendation or review about this book, I'd say it has awkward romance, dark and cringe humor, and the setting is 90% always at night. With a very complicated love setup, but it doesn't shy from anything physical, so you're not exactly angry during the build-up of this will they won't they fall in love. But now I'm going to go into the spoiler/review section for this part of book club to discuss my favorite parts of the book. One thing that sets it apart from most vampire stories is that they never really go into the vampire's age, which is smart. She could either be 200 years old or a newly born vampire. After all, in this world, to become a vampire, you have to fall in love with the vampire who sucks your blood, so at some point she had to have fallen in love, and since she's living alone, I'm guessing that didn't last forever. She's been experiencing new things with Ko, while having no problem understanding the current world. Some of my favorite moments are the more close, intimate ones, like after Nazuna bites him and they sleep together, sort of reminds me of Evangelion's hedgehog theory. I also love how Nazuna will try to be physical and tease Ko about feelings and hormones, but when it comes to downright love, she'll be the one retreating and on the defense. The other time was when Nazuna is mad at Ko for hiding the fact that he had a friend who was a girl, added to the fact that Ko was jealous of Nazuna wandering around for someone else's blood earlier. Ko is still unsure what made her upset, but he does feel guilt about the situation, and they had to sort of honest yet confusing talk with each other, and then he gets our first kiss of the series. Book 1 already, hooray! Although it's Nazuna sucking blood off his lip, it's still a kiss, and it's a perfect way of getting the reader to want to come back for volume 2. When reading, for some reason, I hear Nazuna as Haruko's dub voice from Fooly Cooly. Something cute, but with a little bit of rasp to it. Final thing I guess I'll discuss before finishing is the introduction of the third character. I wouldn't say she's the third edge of a love triangle yet, but she certainly would like to be. She questions Ko about his disappearance, consistently states their friendship as something important, and even asks him to come back to school now that they both have someone to lean on. The fact that Ko also wants to hang out with her again shows her possible importance of his future decisions. She could end up being the deciding factor about returning to the daylight of society, should that ever happen. There's currently only 2 volumes right now. The moment I skimmed through the first book, I knew I'd enjoy it, so I bought both the same day. I already pre-ordered the 3rd coming out in August, the 4th in October, and the 5th in December. Anyway, I'm almost finished volume 2 while writing this review, so from this point on, it's just going to be discussion and review. Maybe try to do a Twitch book club thing, depending on the traction Manga Club Monday is going to get. Anyway, this is definitely one of my favorite recent mangas. Some questions, I guess, would be, how did you come across the series? What did you enjoy about it? Who's your favorite character? And what's your favorite scene of the first volume? Next book for review won't be volume 2, just because I want to space it out in between now and when the 3rd book gets released, in case anyone wants to discuss it by the time I want to review. So it'll probably either be Demon Slayer Volume 1 to compare with the anime, since I watched the anime first, or Komi Can't Communicate, because I'm loving this freaking series. Give an opinion if you want, if you like the format, like the book, yada yada yada. Thanks.